Welcome back. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
Oh, yeah.
Back with my buddies, Mr. David Hastings,
Hey,
Mr. Joey D. How you fellas doing today?
How you doing?
Better than you probably.
I'm digging the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle t-shirt though.
It's throwback. I saw it in the drawer.
Awesome throwback. Love it.
Like 100% feeling it. I have a hoodie. Amanda got me one. Bro, I wear that shit as much as I can. Also, best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is without a doubt Michelangelo. I will die on that hill.
Leonardo.
I got to hear your theories on why Leonardo. Everybody knows it's not Donatello. But I mean, there's an argument for any of the other three, I think.
Justin's
I don't know.
Paula,
He's blue. He's got
she
swords.
Thinks it's Donatello.
But, I mean, purple. That's where I'm going with that. And I'm not trying to be,
No, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. But, that's just kind of where my mind goes there. Or very smart. I mean, maybe she went for the science aspect of it. And, I mean, he is the smartest of the... He is the smartest of the turtles. But nobody really goes for the smart one.
No, I'm Michelangelo all day, every day.
I was Michelangelo too growing up.
Doesn't mean I didn't hate Michelangelo, but
I love Leonardo. See, it's Leonardo to me. I actually liked more than Raphael. I didn't like Raph's attitude all the time.
Same.
Like, to me, it was just a little much. Like, dude, why are you so angry? You're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. You're one of 4 on a planet. You're kicking ass and taking names. What is wrong with you? Why are you constantly depressed? I don't get it. He just had to have the edge, Where Michelangelo was like, dude, I want to eat pizza and have fun, skateboard, like cowabunga, I want to, that was just more my speed. It was a little more fun, I think. As a matter of fact, what do I got sitting right there?
Oh, yeah.
Michelangelo. Boom.
Boom. On the shelf.
No, bro, I'm telling you, I got a Michelangelo stuffed thing, and then I got this, like, plastic Michelangelo. Badass, bro. Sorry. I just love my Michelangelo, so I get excited.
Oh, well, how can you not?
Yeah,
how can you not? But what we got to ask is, can Joey get excited?
About what?
About your new VP candidate. What is Aaron? I got to just dive right into it as we're talking, Mutant Ninja Turtles here. That, we got to transition Aaron Rodgers because he probably is one himself. But he's a special dude. We all know that. He's almost too smart for his own good. Doesn't necessarily, fly with what everybody else thinks or does. Has his own opinions on things. That's great. But what are the Jets doing? Because they're going to now waste 2 years and set their team back at least 5. What are they doing, Joey? Hit me with it, brother.
My fellow Americans, we here at the Jet Organization. I don't know. To be open and honest, I have a theory. The Achilles is worse than we thought. It's not healing as well because he's 40. So he's got to make other plans. Got to make other arrangements. That's my theory. It's true. He wants to be the VP. And, yeah. Give me Justin Fields for a 3rd-round pick, and let's rock and roll for next year.
But, I mean, you don't feel like this sets your team back 5 years?
As long as he gives us an answer, soon? When's it start by?
No. It's not going to go until the election because you're going to find out. Apparently, apparently RFK Jr. is picking his running mate.
I want to know ASAP.
On March 26th, he gave you the date.
Okay.
So a little less than 2 weeks away, 12 days.
Is it before the? Yeah, that's before the draft.
Way before the draft.
I want to know before the draft.
But is Rodgers so crazy that he would try to play while? Because I don't think it's physically possible. I don't think it's possible to
do both at the same time. You're right.
Run a campaign.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
One thing I will definitely say though is if you think about it, he wouldn't actually go into office until February.
Until February?
Yeah, that's when the transition of power happens. So the election's in November, but the transition isn't until the end of January or early February. So unless the Jets are playing in a Super Bowl, I mean, he could literally just retire at the end of the season. Wait, I'm sorry. Is this really a conversation right now? Like, is this actually something that could actually has the possibility of happening?
Unfortunately, yeah, because I think
so.
it's between
I
him
honestly
and
do.
Jesse the Body Ventura.
I honestly think
those
so,
are
man.
the two running. No, I'm not kidding. Those are the two guys you're hearing about.
Look, you've also had other athletes go into politics. You've had, what was it, Bill Bradley, Senate, right? He played on the Knicks, and then he was a senator.
Oh, yeah. You've had plenty of people do it. You've had celebrities do it.
Yes,
I'm not saying it can't be done, but we know
I don't think you could do both, though. That's why I want an answer.
And for something he's not going to win at. Let's just be honest here. Like, and I don't care who you're voting for. We're not getting into that. But at no point in time is some third-party weird candidate can actually win an election. So, I mean, let's be serious. He's literally wasting time. Like, he's wasting the Jets' time and Woody Johnson's time and everybody else's time. Robert Saleh. He has wrecked the Jets if he doesn't play this season. In my opinion, how can you, like, if I'm Woody Johnson, how am I not asking him to come in and, like, dude, we got to have a serious conversation.
Exactly. That's why I said I need an answer before the draft, because if, yes, you're going to go run.
March 26th, you'll have it because he's making, he already announced
if
it.
If you're going to go run for VP, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Do what you got to do, and then I can wheel and deal. I had the 10th pick. I can try and move up. I can trade for Justin Fields. There's things I can do. I need to know before the draft, though. And if you're saying it's March 26th, I better know by March 26th.
He says that he is announcing it on March 26th. Now, take it for what it is. But to me, well, and the other thing that's weird, and it came out today, I think, that the Jets are allowing Alan Lazard to seek a trade.
Good.
So you're kind of letting a guy who Rodgers wanted to bring in last year
He wants to play soccer anyway, right?
I don't know what he wants to do.
Well, on the sideline last year, he was caught. He's always playing soccer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like his pregame ritual thing. Bro, you're a football player, not a soccer player.
Get him out. I mean, who gives a shit? What did he really do? I mean, literally, if you think about it, he did.
He got benched.
Yeah,
he was benched.
I don't know. I love that they're letting Zach Wilson's agent look for a trade. I love that. That is hysterical to me. There is not a team in the league that would give up more than a 7th round pick for him, and I don't even think they'll do that. I think they know the Jets just want him off the roster.
That's interesting. I could see maybe Minnesota giving up a pick, or possibly Denver, just because they need a quarterback. He's someone young they could mold, try and do something with still. I know the Jets couldn't do it, but possibly Sean Payton could.
What about if Minnesota gets Zach Wilson? That would mean that they have Zach Wilson
and Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold as their quarterback room. If you're a Vikings fan, is there a single part of you that is excited about that? If you're Justin Jefferson,
it's about as exciting as the Giants room right now. Injured Daniel Jones, 1 year Drew Lock and Tommy Cutlets. Come on. That's a sorry-looking QB room.
Yeah, but I feel like you guys aren't trying to win 11, 12 games next year. I feel
Are the Jets really trying to do that without Aaron Rodgers? Honestly, are the Jets really going to ever get to 9 wins? Are they going to be a winning team next year if they don't have Rodgers starting? Say you get your dream wish, and it's not Rodgers, which is your dream, but if you get your second pick of trading a 3rd round pick, somehow getting Fields, are you a playoff team next year? I don't think you are.
Maybe. Yeah, AFC is very, very competitive. You got to see how things go. You got to see how Fields would be.
To me, they're still at least 3rd in the division.
Yeah, you're not wrong, because we'd be getting Justin Fields would be coming with another coordinator. It'd be his 4th or 5th. So yes, it would probably take a couple years for it all to work out. But I like the prospect of Justin Fields. I think he's very good, talented. He can use his legs. He's athletic. So therefore, yeah, I wouldn't mind that as option B.
Well, but at that point, if you do trade for Fields, is there any chance in hell you keep Hackett? Why the hell would you keep him? If you have no more Rodgers.
You're going to have to this year. You're already, everybody's already been picked. pretty much, right?
I just think, to be honest, you know what I think
Signed.
this is?
That's the word I'm looking for, not picked.
This is where I'm going to go a little opposite from you, Joey. And I'm not going to say that his Achilles more injured or anything else. I'm going to say this is all publicity stunt.
This
is all
you're not wrong with
Aaron
that either.
Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, wanting some attention, wanting people to look at, hey, look at me, you talk about me. Like, oh, yeah. I'm over it. I'm over his drama show. I kind of wish it would have stayed in Green Bay where we heard a lot less of it because the media, there's 5 media people in all of Green Bay. So you didn't hear as much coming out. I'm over it. The New York media, they pick you apart. They scrutinize you, and they're doing it to this guy. And, I mean, this is just the latest stunt. But that's why I think it's all a stunt, and he'll be at OTAs, and he'll be the starting quarterback this year. And he's already talked about wanting to play years past this. Well, you can't be the VP and be playing football. You know, I don't understand. That would never work in any society, in any frame of reality. That does not work. He's never going to do that. So what does he do? I think he doesn't become the VP because that's just, a bit crazy in all of our opinions, I think. And he goes back to playing football and tries to earn a contract because, again, I think he's only guaranteed with the Jets through this year, and then he can move on, right?
That'd be cool. I'm not 100% sure, but I would like that.
Yeah, no, that actually is exactly how it is. So this is the last guaranteed year that they have with him. I think it was a player option for a 3rd year. I might even be wrong. They might have just did it 2 years with him. But I definitely don't think this is more of him being his attention whore self. Right? Like, the guy just loves people talking about him. He's got some off the freaking wall thoughts and opinions. And look, everybody's entitled to believe and think whatever they want to think. But he's a special one. And, I mean, if you're the Jets, you want him under center. I'm sorry. I can't imagine how there's not many quarterbacks in the league that you can tell me you're going to take over Aaron Rodgers. So if he can play, you want him to play.
Gotta see how a 40-year-old recovers from an Achilles.
That's the hard part. Because, he's coming off that kind of injury and his miracle healing of last season. And, it just...
And the Jets have a terrible O-line, but they are rebuilding it.
No, didn't they? They picked up a couple pieces, I think, right? Or no? Or people are saying they should sign Tyron Smith. A lot of people are saying, I'm hearing Tyron Smith. Do you want him?
I'm sure they're going to sign Bakhtiari because him and Aaron have that relationship. Sign it up. If they can get Tyron Smith as well, that's cool. Even though he's amazing at his position, he gets hurt at least 4 or 5 games a year. So maybe we can, 1 week you play, 1 week you play. Keep the guys healthy. I don't know, man.
Now that is a dream. That is a dream.
Stop it. Get some help.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Hey, I can dream, Eric. I can dream.
Oh my god.
That was good. Speaking of other people speaking of one guy who doesn't need any help, I mean, if anything, people should be taking lessons from him, is Kirk Cousins. How the hell does he get a 4-year, $180 million deal? I think 100 of it guaranteed. Which, by the way, is going to cost Dave a double tortilla slap. Not because of the team that signed him, but because of somebody else we'll talk about soon. But where he thought that person was going to land was Atlanta. And he was pretty damn sure about it the last time we were here this week. Or this time last week. Well, a lot happened in the last week. And Kirk Cousins does sign with Atlanta. It's an interesting signing for them, because... Why? He's a little bit older. They've tried to draft some QBs. I get it. It hasn't worked out. They've, brought in guys like Marcus Mariota. Now, granted, Kirk Cousins is a step up from that, but coming off an Achilles himself, a guy who's in his 30s, he's no spring chicken, and you're going to give him that much money. Now, I get it. It's the quarterback. They demand the most on the team, blah, 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 but this, to me, is a bit outlandish for Kirk Cousins, and by the way, kudos to him for getting it. Because this guy He keeps making out on these deals. I think he's made over almost after this contract's done. He get over $300 million. I think he's made in the NFL.
Salary cap king. He's made more money in his NFL career than Tom Brady made in his NFL career. Over $434 million this man has made in guaranteed money.
He's the smartest guy. He really is.
You got to take lessons from him. I'm telling you, he's got to open up a little side business there. What's that? Master class? He's got to open his own, have his own master
Or his
class
agent.
on how to do.
I was gonna say, if every single kid coming out in the draft this year should be calling Kirk Cousins' agent, being like, "Hey, I want you." Like,
I want that deal.
Like, bro,
Right?
crazy amount of money, man.
It's insane.
I will say the other biggest signing though that happened, I was a fan of with Chris Jones, but we'll get to that in a minute because I think Atlanta's a nice place for Kirk Cousins.
You do.
I do too.
Yeah, I do.
Why? Because of London, because of Pitts, because of the Bijan Robinson? Like, you think they just have enough weapons around him? But, I mean, what kind of shape is he going to be in coming off an Achilles injury?
Oh no, that's what I'm not saying. I know what kind of shape he's going to be in. I'm just saying if there was a good team for him to go to that can benefit from a veteran quarterback that can throw the ball, it's Atlanta. It's a good move. If he's healthy, if he comes back and he's fully healthy, like that's a pretty high powered offense. Like they're gonna move the ball. And Kyle
But are they going to
Pitts-
win anything? We know he's king of the 1 o'clock
No,
games.
they're not going to win anything. But I'm just saying, like they'll be competitive. They might even win their division.
Agreed.
I don't think they're dethroning Baker Mayfield right now with a Kirk Cousins signing.
Hey,
I disagree on that one. I 100% disagree on that one.
No, because and Tampa was able to re-sign Mike Evans.
I know, but
So,
I'm
it's not like they're losing much there. The guy's a guaranteed 1,000-yard receiver pretty much. They still have weapons. Probably I could see them wanting to upgrade at the running back position to take some more pressure off of Mayfield. But I don't know how I can look at just them signing Kirk Cousins and go, you know what, Atlanta's a better team now. I don't see it.
I mean, they almost won the division this year.
Every team in
think
that
about it.
division almost won
But
it
that's
this year.
my
think
point,
about
though.
it, yeah.
They're all right there with each other, and Kirk Cousins basically literally becomes the best quarterback in the division.
They had Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder as their quarterbacks last year.
Oh, it's an
Kirk Cousins
upgrade.
a huge upgrade over both of those.
He's an upgrade. But at best, I still think they're behind Tampa. I think they might have moved up to second in the division.
Out of curiosity, would you take Kirk Cousins fully healthy? Okay, we're saying coming back from the injury fully healthy, or Daniel Jones coming back from his injury fully healthy. Who would you rather quarterback the Giants?
I'll be honest. I'm going to say Jones only because
Because he doesn't want to admit that Atlanta will
No, and I'm
probably
gonna
win
give you-
the
I'm gonna give you the
division.
name of somebody
He don't
else.
want to do it. He's like, nah, I can't say.
He's the
If
second
I
best
say
QB in their
Kirk Cousins,
division. He's the
He's
second-
the best quarterback in their division.
I think you guys aren't giving Derek Carr enough credit.
Oh, shut the.
Are you kidding me?
Are you dying on that hill?
I will.
Are you dying on that
I
hill?
will.
I'm gonna barf on that hill. That's what I'm gonna do.
Kirk Cousins
That's a
might
molehill,
be.
bro.
Derek
That's a
Kirk
Carr.
Cousins at 35
No.
might be the
No.
smartest one out there. But to me, I would rather have Derek Carr. I would rather have almost Baker Mayfield at this point. I think
maybe
he's right
Baker.
there with those guys.
Maybe Baker. Maybe. Kirk Cousins is an underrated quarterback.
So is Derek Carr.
No, Derek Carr is not. Derek Carr is average. He's an average quarterback.
I can't talk to you. I just can't talk to you about that. Are you really telling me if Kirk Cousins is 100% healthy, you would probably go Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, then Kirk Cousins? Or are you going to tell me that not Stroud, the kid in Carolina,
Bryce Young?
Bryce Young. Are you gonna go Bryce Young over him too? I swear to God.
He's coming back. He's 35 coming off of a major leg injury.
The question
So is Aaron
if
Rodgers.
Kirk Cousins is
Exactly
100%
why
healthy.
he's probably looking at a VP run instead of playing.
Dude. Healthy Kirk Cousins is way better than a Derek Carr.
Oh my
I
God.
might give you Baker. I can't give you Derek Carr.
Eric, I whatever you're smoking, my friend, man, like you let me know. That's that. Shit, bro.
We all no comment.
But I mean, getting back to the deals
let's
here.
Move on this one.
Getting along with the deals here. I mean, outside of that, I don't know who else you look at here. I mean, some of them to me,
Daniel Hunter
re-signings-
to the Texans is huge. 2 years, $49
Pair
million.
him up with the other rookie.
Will Anderson, right?
Yeah, that's a nice little one too.
Well, but I think it's going to make them a little bit.
All right, let's get to something that I know, I want to hear your opinion.
You want to
on
hear the
this.
trade? You want to hear about the trade with Brian Burns?
Yeah, I mean, I apologize.
I am
I've been
definitely
joining the Facebook
interested.
Live, so
No,
I
all good, all good. And I knew we were going to
hit
hit on it tonight, and I'm perfectly fine with that because to me, you traded away Dexter Lawrence, or not Lawrence. You traded away what's his name to Seattle this year.
Williams.
Yeah. Get rid of him. You get a second round pick back. Now we turn around. We trade the second round pick to Carolina to get and a fifth to sign this guy for 5 years and $150 million for 12 sacks off of the worst team in the league. To me, I just don't see it as a winning move. Now, granted, maybe he comes in, maybe he helps, maybe he blows my mind, and I become a Brian Burns fan. But as of right now, I look at it as a poor front office move. That's just the way I look at it. I'm starting to look at the cracks here with the Giants. I think that, that the Wink Martindale situation, all of that happening was a big time, crack and within that front office and everything. So I'm worried about how the defense is going to gel this year. I'm worried about how Dable's going to be. Is he starting to get too big for his britches? Did he have such a good first year and people were talking him up, people like me calling him the next great thing, and all of a sudden now he still has that ego, but isn't producing the same on the field. People may not be looking at him the same. I don't know. Maybe it could be like a Nick Sirianni type situation where you almost have to have a handler with him to make sure that he's mentally stable enough. Yeah,
you need a big Dom on the sideline.
You need a big Dom. He doesn't have one. Maybe that's what they need to bring in. But I tell you what, they didn't bring it in with Brian Burns. And unless this guy comes in with 15 sacks next year, or even the 12.5 that he had with Carolina, it's a bust. You're paying this guy $30 million. You wouldn't even give Saquon, who was the heart and soul leader of the team, locker room leader, everything leader. You wouldn't give him $12 million a year, but yet you didn't even make him an offer either. Didn't even make Saquon an offer, which is embarrassing. But to go to Brian Burns, you give this guy $30 million, never been a part of your program. You don't know anything about it. You're coming off the worst team in the league. And Eric, to his credit, has brought up that, a lot of teams ran against them. So he had 12.5 sacks against team.
Because he's on Carolina. They're down every single week.
Exactly. So I get that argument of it. And maybe, like I said, I could change my opinion. I'm holding out my opinion until I actually see him on the field and what he produces. I'm just scared that this guy got his bag from the Giants and he's good.
Dude, I cannot believe you have that opinion.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
Disagree.
I'm honestly shocked.
I'll die on that hill.
Eric's a cat. He got 9 lives, baby. He's got it in him tonight. He's feeling it. He's ready.
I feel like just the presence of him alone is going to open up so many things. Kayvon Thibodeau stepped up this year, and he broke out, right? Wouldn't you agree, Eric?
Yeah.
And now with a presence like Brian Burns and with Dexter Lawrence, that line is going to create havoc, dude.
Is he even top 10 in sacks?
And
I don't
wait,
think so.
who's
You're paying for a guy.
who's your other guy? Don't you even?
I have some stats. Let me get
Wait, who's your other rusher
stats
too
out.
from last year? Don't you still have what's his name, Alojalari or whatever his name is?
I think so. But
I apologize, Giant fans. I don't have all my stats and information in front of me. I'm not a big Giant fan. I apologize. But
don't apologize for that. It's a
think
good
I
thing.
have-
well, no, I don't want to butcher the
It's a
gentleman's
nice
name.
character trait.
But I'm very excited for this defensive front. I really am. And
Right.
I think Brian Burns brings something electric.
Bro,
I really do.
You're going to love Brian Burns by the end of the season. Dude is a beast. Dude.
Him and Thibodeau is going to be a
Especially- I
hope
solid
you're
one,
right.
too.
And sacks are an overrated stat, man. You got to look at pressure rates, win rates. Like, those are the things that let you know how good a guy is. And he is pretty good against the run as well. But Dexter Lawrence, with those two guys next to each other, and then Thibodeau, it's a nice setup, man. It really is. I think those three, when you put those three in the game, you could be really causing some damage.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Brian Burns was an edge pass rush win ratings rankings.
Say that 10 times.
Exactly. ESPN, thank you for that. Edge pass rush win rate rankings. Brian Burns was 6th behind Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, Will Anderson, TJ Watt, Clowney, and he was 6th. So
Does that make you feel a little bit better?
not really.
Oh my God. He's ranked with the top guys that were in the defensive player of the year.
Brian Burns
votes.
has generated 148 quick pressures since 2019, 4th in the NFL, only behind Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, TJ Watt. So again, these stats go for him. So again, I have to see both sides of the coin here. I'm going to be honest with you. I have to hold my reservations till I see how he's on the field. I'm just worried that he's a guy who got his bag. I'm worried that he got paid. And he's like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to make some money in the New York market, doing some promo stuff. He's 25 years old, getting paid $150 million. I'm worried that he gets a little complacent. I'm hoping it doesn't happen.
Okay.
But that's my worry.
You guys remember when Albert Hainsworth got the first $100 million contract for a defensive player with Washington?
And then he couldn't even make
years ago, and then he literally disappeared off the face of the planet. Like, he still played in the league.
Conditioning test.
But yeah, like, dude couldn't pass. Like, bro, he checked out.
Yeah.
Out. He was like, I'm done. I'm good.
So I get that. You're right. Because when a lot of players do
He
get
could
paid,
prove me wrong, and I give him
right.
the reservation to do that because I'm not going to die on that hill yet. But I will say that I think the trade for him, flipping Williams, doing whatever they did there, if you're gonna pay somebody, I would have just as well paid the guy that we had there. He was pretty good. I didn't mind who we had there, to begin with. So they just flip picks. I get it, but I don't know what they're gonna do in the draft. Like I said, if it's not Marvin Harrison Jr. and he doesn't fall, which he shouldn't because he's the best player in the draft, or it's not the kid Alt out of Notre Dame, who's the pretty much the number one ranked.
I'm hearing you guys like
offensive
Drake
lineman.
May, man.
It's Daniel Jones 2.0. If you went with Drake May, it would be Daniel Jones 2.0. There's no reason for Drake May.
Well, I mean,
he plays at North Carolina, where they play next to no real competition. He doesn't do that well. They're not like North Carolina football's lighting the world on fire. I got to be honest, not the guy we want. We already did that with Daniel Jones coming out of Duke. I'm out. Done. Stick a fork in him.
He said no ACC quarterbacks. But I mean, at least if he's going to be Daniel Jones,
give me one that's good at least.
Well, wait.
I'm sorry.
If he's going to be Daniel Jones 2.0. At least he has Daniel Jones to mentor him.
No, I don't want it.
Why not learn from the original?
Mentoring mediocre.
And one more thing. I almost got that right about Saquon Barkley. I wanted him to go to a rival. I wanted him to go to the Cowboys, but instead, he went to the Eagles.
He did go to the Eagles.
I was not
they paid
thrilled.
him.
I did not expect that at all.
Listen, because they look at it as he's the missing piece. They let DeAndre Swift go because they were like, listen, you're good, but you're not great. Saquon, they look at him as a top 3-5 running back in the league. They say, you know what? Let's pay him, put him with Hurts, because now if you have Hurts and him, you can't you try to stack the box, you're going to go one-on-one outside with A.J. Brown and Deontay Smith. You're not doing it. They got too many weapons. And then that's not even the holes that it's going to open up for Goddard in the middle. So you look at it, that offense could be scary if they stay healthy. But Hurts is a question mark. Saquon's a question mark. A.J. Brown could be a bit of a question mark. They've all had injury issues. So if they stay healthy, they could be one of the most dangerous offenses in the league. If not, I think they could be screwed.
What I think is crazy is that even with the lack of activity for Dallas, Vegas actually still has Dallas with the best odds to win the division. That shocked me because Vegas is usually always trying to they want the team there. Yeah, I was like, wow, okay. So Dallas, they still think Dallas is the best odds, but I do agree. Saquon in the backfield with the other running back, Jalen Hurts. Just that read option can make him dangerous, and I do think. And yes, I did say running back on purpose in case anybody is wondering. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. But that's a whole nother conversation when we'll get there down the road. But
he's got to be number, 2 in your mind then in the division?
In the division, yeah.
I think he's number 1 right now. Till Dak could prove it. He's gotten a little further. He's done a little more.
Dak had an awesome year last year.
He did. But Dak seems to be having great, regular seasons, but he's got to get over that playoff hump. Till he does, at least Hurts has gotten over that playoff hump. He's taken him to a Super Bowl. That's something Dak hasn't done. And you know me. I've been telling you guys since they drafted Dak that he was your franchise guy. So I'm not bashing Dak as much as I'm just saying I think Jalen Hurts is a little bit better than him right now. Comes up a little bit more clutch, especially playoff time. So I'm gonna go that route.
I mean, I'm going based off what we watched most recently, and what the Eagles did to end the season is just a debacle. Like, that was embarrassing. It looked like nobody wanted to be on the field, and the way they run Hurts, like there's no way you can tell me that he's not going to continue getting injured. You can't tell me that. So, what are we going to do? You're going to run him and basically Cam Newton him. You're going to run him into the ground for 5 years, the rest of his contract. Mm-hmm. See if you can get a Super Bowl out of it. I mean, Cam Newton did the same thing. He got Carolina to the Super Bowl playing the same style of an offense. I think Jalen Hurts is better than Cam Newton.
I think he can throw the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, but it's literally watching that all over again. You're talking about Drake May being Daniel Jones 2.0. Like, Jalen Hurts to me is basically Cam Newton 2.0.
Crazy stat I heard.
Give it to me.
Jalen Hurts, Brown, Devonta Smith, and Barkley all cost less on the cap than Daniel Jones. So I don't know how Howie Roseman comes up with this way of doing caps, but I don't know how you can have those 4 players cost under $47 million for this season.
$47 million for Daniel Jones.
You just ruined his night.
It's incredible to me. That's incredible.
That. This is why I screamed it from the rooftops last year. They should have gave up the two first round picks, bit the bullet, and got Lamar Jackson. He was worth it, and they're paying him less in guaranteed money than Daniel Jones is getting from the Giants. And to me, that's egregious. The fact that an MVP, former MVP, is getting paid less than Daniel Jones, who has literally done nothing in his career outside of the first year with Dable.
Hey, at least you'll be out of it after this year.
That's the only but then where are we at? Then we're either back in the quarterback hunt trying to dig somebody out of the free agency archives, or we're, drafting somebody. But this year, I don't like the draft. I don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sold on Daniels from LSU. I am not sold on Caleb Williams. To me, I think he's maybe a good quarterback, but I don't see him as a guy who's, how high I was on Trevor Lawrence. I don't think he's even Trevor Lawrence. Drake May is a waste of time. J.J. McCarthy, maybe, but he'd have to sit for a couple years. And who are you going to bring in? Then you're going through this.
That's how I feel. And I think
it'd be
people
5-6 years before the Giants were anything or even knew. 3 or 4 years before you even know what you got in McCarthy. So it's not worth it to me to get any of those guys. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of hoping teams want to reach, teams want to go up and get somebody. And that's when either Harrison Jr. or Alt fall to the Giants. Take one of them. If not, trade back, stock up on picks, try to get an O-lineman or something down in the first round, or think about where you have other holes, take the best available, and move on from there with more draft picks. Try to draft in some of those later rounds, and maybe turn that 1 into a 1 this year and a 1 next year. That's what you try to do. But I mean, looking at this though, it's just depressing. When I go back, I'm just going to touch on it again real quick for Brian Burns. 5 years, $150 million. 25 years old. Leonard Williams, only 29. 3 years, $64 million. We traded a second-round pick to bring in a guy that we're paying more money than the guy we traded away. The guy we traded away is still one of the best defensive linemen in the league. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't see how that's a savvy
I will
move.
die on the hill that you will love Brian Burns by the end of the season. I'll die on that hill, and I think Joey will join me.
All right.
Without a doubt.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. But, I mean, does anybody else from free agency jump out at you?
I mean, it's literally right there because it's new. Calvin Ridley, 4 years, $92 million, goes from Jacksonville to Tennessee.
Heard the craziest stat about this. You know how he got in trouble for gambling, right?
No.
You know one of the teams that had the longest odds to get him? The Tennessee Titans were plus 1,800.
Stop.
So not even like plus 100, whatever. They were a long shot to sign him. Do you not think, though, with his track record? Now, granted,
Eric.
how do you not think now with
Where's
his...
the tinfoil hat? Where is it?
Break it out. You know I got it somewhere.
What, his cousin has a big bet on it, so he's going to...
Somebody, I mean, listen, does that not make a little bit of sense for a guy who we know already got caught gambling?
I can't go down that path. I can't.
But I think that they're making some nice additions. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with quarterback, because to me, there's still a question mark there in Tennessee.
Levis, they're going to try. He's a second-round pick. See what you got.
Yeah.
He's got a
You're
big
gonna have
arm.
to see what you got, but now at least you have Pollard, who they think is an upgrade from Henry, but we'll have to wait and see. And,
I don't know about an upgrade, but he's younger.
And now you got bringing Calvin Ridley, so you put him with Burks, you put him with the other younger weapons they got. Maybe there'll be a team that could surprise people. Maybe not, though. It all depends on the quarterback situation.
I'm actually shocked he got that contract, 4 years, $92 million. I feel like that's a lot.
Are you guys shocked with being that? Not his contract, because again, some people were thinking he was going to get more than that. I think he was asking for more than that. That's why I think
That's
that
crazy.
The tinfoil hat comes in of the. I think he took a little less to go to a long shot. Because if somebody put say a $10,000 bet down on that, it's plus 1,800.
Why would you do 10,000? Why wouldn't you go 100,000?
Because again, you got to keep it within. Maybe you had people make multiple bets. Maybe your cousin made one. Maybe
my
your
girlfriend
aunt's friend
made one.
Maybe maybe there's a whole bunch of people
Dave
making those.
made one. You made one.
Next thing you know, this guy's putting in $5,000. This guy's doing $10,000. Everybody's making money. It's not as far fetched as you think. But there's another guy who's making a little bit of money, and he got I think he went to the best place possible, and I think he's going to take a lot of pressure off a guy we kind of touched on already that I wish the Giants had, but they sadly don't.
Oh, I think I know where you're going.
Derrick Henry. What do you guys think about that signing? Because he's a little bit over that running back threshold where you don't want to necessarily see a running back be. But at the same time, I think he got 2 years, $20 million, something like that, in that range. And I think it's worth every penny. It could take a lot of pressure if he stays healthy off of Lamar Jackson. Could be hard to
to prove.
If they do stack the box, Lamar will make him pay it through the air.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I think it's going to be an interesting
2 for 16.
2 for 16, so even cheaper. So $8 million a year. He's 30. He is 30.
Yeah, but when he came into the league, he was splitting time with who was it? Deion Lewis? Not Deion Lewis. He was splitting time with somebody though.
Imagine it was Chris Johnson. That would have been a hell.
That would have been a hell of a one too. Oh my god. So there's
They've
not
had some good running backs come through the Texans. Like I think all the way back to Eddie George.
Eddie George.
He ran
great.
straight up, but he ran
great.
well.
But no, Baltimore. This is a typical Baltimore Raven type of player. They're gonna just beat you up and take your soul, and that's what Derrick Henry's looking to do. Plus, he's looking to win a Super Bowl. This is the great little 1-2 combo with Lamar. It really is. I'm just shocked though that the Cowboys didn't go after him. I thought he had Dallas written all over him.
Dude, Dallas said their budget for a running back was no more than $3 million a year.
Well, that's good for me because I have Rico Dabble on in fantasy. So let's go
Sounds
Rico
like
Dabble.
what the Giants think. And although they did sign Singletary, I think for like $6 a year, but whatever.
Okay.
Maybe Joe
All right.
Mixon. Maybe Joe Mixon.
Nah,
then.
Mixon got traded to the Texans.
Oh, I thought he got cut.
No.
But speaking of-
they said they were going to cut him, and then instead of cutting him, the Texans called and made a trade, so they traded him.
Yeah.
And then the
Oh,
Texans
I didn't
just
realize
gave him
that.
gave him a
Okay.
3-year
Yeah, I was.
extension.
Yep. Yeah, I was.
Oh, is that what you're bringing up?
No, I was surprised by that. I was bringing up somebody else because a team that surprised me because it's not a normal move that the team would make, especially for a running back. You would think because this team
that's what I was
isn't known
hoping you
for
were
running
going
backs.
for. Yes.
But
I
you
love
look at
this move.
Josh Jacobs going to Green Bay. You love it.
I
But
do.
they had Aaron Jones there. Why? So now you dumped
He's
him
older.
and Dillon.
Aaron
I
Jones.
think they dumped them both. I think.
AJ Dillon's been crap for 3-4 years.
And I think
This
they
is
asked Jones to restructure his deal, right? And it was that
Correct.
he wouldn't, and that's why they didn't make this move.
Aaron Jones. Great running back. He's been super productive for them. So I'm sure the Green Bay fans are sad to see him go. But the last couple of years, he's been banged up, and he's a little bit older now. I love this move. I love. You're just gonna feed him. Josh Jacobs only
26.
He,
Right at that threshold,
That's
27,
fine.
28 is right when they start to.
That's good.
Most running backs
I
start
like
to go
it.
the other way. He's a tough runner. He's a Bama
led the
guy.
league
I
in
love
rushing
him,
2
but
years ago.
Yeah.
Let's go. I think it's a great move for Green Bay.
I think it's lateral, and I think they're end up paying more, right? Because I don't think they were paying Aaron Jones 12 a year. So I think now they're paying this guy 4. You're going to take him till 30. And
But
I
it's
just
not-
don't know
It
how
doesn't
smart
say
that
what's
is.
guaranteed and
I
everything.
know,
right
but
there.
like
So
the
maybe
four-
it's really a 2-year
Well,
deal
yeah,
or
in the
something like
NFL,
that.
nothing's
Yeah,
really
nothing's
guaranteed.
actually what
That's
it
what I
looks
mean.
like. I mean,
Yeah.
you
But-
get your signing bonus,
I love
and
the
that's
deal.
basically
I do.
it. Like, but that's the thing, right? Like, Josh Jacobs being younger and the ability to stay healthy, but to also, for the first time in his career, play with a team that's gonna move him around and get him in motion, and they'll use him. I mean, he's a great receiving back too. And I think it's a great move for the Packers and for Josh Jacobs. I just personally hate it because I know Dallas is gonna have to play the Packers, and screw them. I'm still bitter, but Aaron Jones then went to Minnesota. Like, I almost
stick it
feel
to
bad.
them.
I almost feel bad for the guy though. If you think about it, like, he's going to a team. Who do we say was in their quarterback room? Sam Darnold. And they might trade. Maybe they end up trading or signing Zach Wilson after. I mean, it's basically he went there to get one type of check, and he knows his career is basically over.
Hey, you're going to get touches with a quarterback like that.
Yeah, when he's healthy, he's one of the best in the league.
Agreed.
You're Geno Smith away from a jet trifecta there.
Oh, could you imagine?
No, I think Geno's still going to be sticking around Seattle.
I think that could also be a sneaky play for Justin Fields, Seattle.
They got Eckler going to Washington. That's a pretty nice signing. You pair him with Brian Robinson. That's a nice little 1-2 punch. You look at...
But who's quarterback in there still? That's the question.
They're definitely drafting
why
They
they
have
before-
the number 2 pick. They're definitely drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, but again, I don't trust any of these quarterbacks, and none of them are stepping in and winning next year.
And
So
they
to me,
actually-
it's a fight between them and the Giants for last place in the division.
Actually, I might be wrong about Justin Fields because Washington today traded Sam Howell to Seattle in a deal.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So what does that have to do with Fields? You think he's going to Washington?
That leaves the door open for Washington. It probably means they're going to draft somebody since they don't have a starter anymore. But it does leave another possibility for Fields, and maybe they go Marvin Harrison at the 2, and you got McLaurin, Harrison, Dotson. That's crazy. That's
That'd be something worth thinking
electric.
about.
That's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
Boogie woogie woogie woogie.
Oh, my God.
How about Patrick Queen, man,
That's
going
a-
to the Steelers?
Yeah, he's really good, dude. That's a nice linebacker to add to that core. And we all know if there's one thing that the Steelers do, it's linebackers.
Yes, it
I
is.
mean,
And to take away from your division rival too is just huge.
Yeah, that helps too. And I mean, that's a nice one. I think that's a good, real big signing from the Steelers. And now Russell Wilson. I didn't want to say his name today, but we have to. Russell Wilson ends up with the Steelers. And then you end up like that the Steelers are making moves. They want to compete in this division, and I still wouldn't put them higher than Baltimore. I don't know what Joe Burrow is going to be like, but I'm assuming he's going to come back healthy.
It's still by far the most competitive division in football.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all 4 teams finished above 500, or at 500 or better.
I don't know. I don't know if Cincinnati did, but I think if not, they were a game under, just because of the Burrow injury. But I love it. Patrick Queen, Pro Bowler, second team, All Pro this year. I think he really found his footing finally. It took him a couple years. That's why the Ravens traded for Roquan Smith, and it seems like he really took off once that trade happened. So, good signing in my opinion.
How about that D, baby?
What do you think of the Xavier McKinney, though? I mean,
I hated that the Giants didn't even transition tag him, didn't tag him at all. Like, I was kind of hoping they would have. Again, another Bama guy, so you know me, I love my Bama guys, but they didn't want to pay him. The Giants are in a mode now where I think
They're resetting. It seems like
I think it's that they want to start. If you're not their guy, they're getting rid of you. Or they already signed. They signed another wide receiver out of Buffalo, I think today.
Isaiah McKinney.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like we're just becoming Buffalo South is all we're doing. And I get it. Because, I mean, Singletary was with Buffalo before he went to Houston. We already had Isaiah Hodgins. Now we got this. He's just bringing in. He's
bringing in people who know
the only guy he's
system.
not bringing in is Josh Allen. That's the guy you need. Without him, it don't matter what the rest of these guys do. That's the problem.
You are not wrong, Eric.
Yeah, I thought they should have transition tagged McKinney. I really did.
For nothing. You left for nothing. You got him for nothing.
I mean, and when you think about how, like, he was like top 3 in defensive snaps for the team. He made some nice plays for them, and he was a guy that I thought fit well, and I was kind of shocked on that one. That's for sure. And then the Eagles, we touched on them before, getting Bryce Huff. I mean.
Oh, that's a great signing for them. Huff's been like a project for the Jets. They've been developing him and then
developing, molding,
and then letting him go.
And then letting him go.
Like, hey, it's been fun. Bye.
Yeah, 10
Spread
and a half.
your wings and fly.
10.5 sacks last year.
You deserve better than us.
The Eagles taking something from the Jets, taking something from the Giants, killing us over here in Jersey and in New York.
Screw the Eagles.
I'm with you guys, but I never want to see the Eagles do well, even though they got a couple of Bama guys and now Saquon. But I don't hate Saquon. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. I don't think people should be burning his jerseys and treating him the way they did. And I get it that Tiki was probably tongue in cheek with him too. I don't know if you guys heard about that, where Tiki was like, "He's dead to me," and whatever. He's on the radio now. Guys say shit. It happens. But I think Saquon took it a little too much to heart. And
He definitely did.
I think that he's got to, have a moment of clarity and zen at some point and be like, you know what? Like, I think I overreacted a little bit there. But outside of that, Saquon's been nothing but a gentleman. Gentleman in the area, too, because he's lived right here around us. He lived in Montville. Like, he's, local, goes to a lot of local places. So, I mean, was always good to the fans. So, I mean, I kind of hate the way the fans have turned on him the way they did. I get it. The Eagles are a hated team and nobody wants to see him win. But at the same time, he was a good Giant. He was always said and did the right things. And, I just think people need to cut him a little bit of slack. But at the same time, I also think he needs to maybe not be as sensitive and realize what Tiki was saying was just tongue in cheek, like, you're dead to me type stuff. But it doesn't actually mean any. He didn't mean any harm by it.
No, he didn't. It was definitely meant more as a that one hurt kind of thing. But it still wasn't a necessary thing to say. But like people burn jerseys and stuff. you take this shit way too personally. I'm sorry. You love the team. A third of an NFL roster overturns every single year. Mm-hmm. At some point or another, the guy you like or your favorite player on the team is no longer going to be on that team.
And there's only 32 spots, 32 teams, you know?
Yeah, like, so, bro, let the guy go get paid. He worked his ass off his entire life to be here. Let him make his money. Don't be pissed off and go burn a jersey. And if you want to do it, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. You're literally burning your hard-earned money that you spent to get that jersey. If you enjoyed the player, I still wear my DeMarcus Ware jersey.
D-Ware.
He went to Denver and won a Super Bowl. I was happy as hell for him. I was rooting for Denver because I wanted Ware to get his first ring that he deserved. So burning jerseys, that's just freaking nonsense to me, and it's childish. But
Eagles got richer about 8 minutes ago, too, because they signed former Bucks linebacker Devin White, 1-year deal, $7.5 million, bringing him in on the defense as well. So they're trying to, I think, load up. They're trying to really make a run for 2024, I think.
Well, I mean,
and not the same run Aaron's looking to make.
Hi-oh.
Wait, so do we think Gardner Minshew is going to be the starting quarterback in Las Vegas?
Aiden O'Connell's going to try to give him a competition.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to give him hell, but I mean, outside of them drafting a QB, trading up and going like that route, yeah. But again, Gardner Minshew's another guy who just seems to be making his way around the league, does his thing, but then somehow starts everywhere
He's the
he
Ryan
goes.
Fitzpatrick. That's what he is.
He's the new, but
like
Fitzpatrick started with Fitzmagic before he would turn to Fitzpatrick. He would come in, give you like an incredible year, or give you like he did it with the Jets. He did it with Washington,
nice, like 4-game stretch.
No, even a season. Like he's had a nice season or two, but then he always reverts back to Ryan Fitzpatrick. And, again, still a way better quarterback than I'll ever be. But, I just don't see the same magic with Gardner. I saw it early in his career when you heard all those crazy stories coming out about him. How he'd, like, take a hammer to his hand during college and do, like, weird things. Like, he's a wacky guy. But you see him the way he dresses and acts and stuff. Like he's a character, but he seems to be a character that people respect, people want to play with. He keeps making his way onto rosters and starting. At a lot of places he's been. So, you had a couple starts with the Eagles, a couple starts with Indy, couple start with Jacksonville, a couple start. Now he'll probably get a couple starts here with the Raiders. 2 years, $25 million. I'd probably rather have him than Daniel Jones this year.
Oh my God! But wait. So that means you would rather have him than Kirk Cousins as well?
Not for the money.
Oh, now we're talking now we're
for 2 years, $25 million. I'd rather have Gardner Minshew than 1 year of Daniel Jones or even Kirk Cousins.
He's no.
Keep that name out of your mouth.
Once you factor in the money, I'm going Minshew.
Keep Kirk Cousins' name out of your mouth.
Oh, man. No, NFL free... I mean, there's still some guys out there. Calais Campbell. We talked about Tyron Smith earlier. Chase Young. I mean, a guy that was drafted at, 3rd overall? I mean, to be 3rd overall and 6 years later, you just got played on a roster that made it to the Super Bowl, but, you're just chilling in free agency, and we're days in now. Ryan Tannehill's a free agent quarterback, a guy that, for a team that's going to draft a quarterback. Maybe that's a nice veteran quarterback you bring in to help them, and I don't know.
Ooh, maybe that's a good spot for Denver. He could go there or something, or Minnesota as well. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's really much else for any free agent.
No, but there's one more thing I got to bring up this week, and it brings me to our favorite segment. Knuckleheaded News of the Week. And Yeah, I don't know the right way to intro this and to get us there, but I'm just going to bring it right out. Iron Mike versus the Problem Child. What are we doing here? Why are we doing it? And I got to get your opinion because this one baffles me. It does. It's a lose-lose. Either he's going to get knocked out by Tyson, or he's either going to kill Tyson, or he's going to beat up a 58-year-old. Tyson's going to be 58 years old when this fight starts. He's going to be 27. There's a 31-year age gap between them. It's going to be embarrassing, though, if Tyson knocks him out. But something, again, I'm going to take my tinfoil hat out over here and put it back on for a minute. Somebody did mention that if you look at the fight poster that came out, it says a Netflix, like, sports entertainment event. It doesn't say boxing match. It doesn't say... So more than likely, and again, what boxing... I forget the right word to use here, but what governing body in the boxing world, out of any of them, would sanction this fight? Because who's going to sanction a 58-year-old Tyson to fight? So more than likely, it's going to be an exhibition. I hope it's not a staged little, like, dance around... Because, you know, Logan Paul keeps trying to tell everybody that, like... Or no, Jake Paul, I'm sorry. Keeps trying to tell everybody... That's the other Paul. You know, they're both idiots. But anyway. They said one's about to get his head punched in by Tyson. Because I got to tell you, right now, you offered me $10,000 and I get punched in the face by Tyson. I'm going to think about it for a minute. I might take the $10,000.
Crazy.
But
I ain't taking the $10,000. That's
No?
too little. That's too little still.
What about you?
Still too little.
I'm going to put this up as a poll question.
wait.
Would you get punched in the face by Mike Tyson for $10,000? It's a poll question of the day.
Too
Okay.
little.
Are we talking like...
I'm going to take it.
Are
I'm
we-
going to say
are
so
we
Joey's
ta-
a no, and I'm a yes.
Are we talking haymaker?
Haymaker. He gets
Yes.
one shot. One shot, however he
shot,
wants
bro.
to take it. It's
I'm
going
good.
to be in the face, so you don't have to worry. He's not going to crush your balls. He's not going to take out
He's
your
not gonna
windpipe.
crush your balls, but he's gonna fucking break your nose.
He's not gonna crush
smash
your windpipe.
face
You can brace
in.
yourself. It's not gonna be a surprise like knockout blow from behind.
You get to
So
brace
you get to
yourself.
face
All right,
it.
first and
You get to
foremost, I'd
face
rather it be a surprise.
Face
Ain't
it and brace it.
No way in hell I want to stand there and wait for Mike Tyson to punch me in the face. Fuck that. I'd rather be like, yeah, Mike, just run up on me at some point and just swing.
$10,000. No, you
No.
taking that punch?
Nope. Because it'll cost more money to fix my fucking face.
See, I'm thinking that I could get like when it comes, like I can flinch a little bit, and maybe he'll get like the side of my head, top of my head, where one punch isn't gonna knock out teeth. He might get me clean. I might have a black eye. I might be bruised up, but I'm gonna be $10,000 richer
So
with
you'll
some
have
bruises.
CTE in like 3 years. Bro,
But
your brain would rattle around.
But listen, I'll be all inclusive on an island somewhere. So I mean, it'll be all right. I'll take that money and I'll go enjoy with
for
it.
maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it'd be nice 2.5 weeks.
Oh, God,
While I put stakes on my eye and sit in chairs while they hand me the umbrella drinks.
I'm 5'8", 200 pounds. I'm gonna be getting facial reconstruction surgery. No, I don't want to take a punch from
But
Mike
Logan
Tyson.
Paul wants to take punches from Tyson. Now,
It's
which, by the way,
different.
he looks
It's
like a
different.
manimal, too, dude.
That's
You seen
different.
Tyson, like the videos of him training?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And he's
It
training
was
with like
great.
legit trainers. Like one of them's like a legit MMA trainer, like one of the best in the world. Like he's for real. And that's why, like, to me, do you put I don't know if I should keep the tinfoil hat on or not. Do you think it's gonna be a real fight, or is this just dancing? You know, are we just gonna be watching two people dance in the dark?
Honestly and sadly, I think it's more going to be a dance. I do. I hope I'm wrong 110,000%. Do I hope I'm wrong and this is a legitimate boxing match? Obviously, I don't expect them to do like, what's it, 16 rounds? They
No,
do?
12 is normal.
12 round. Maybe it's like an 8-round fight. Maybe like they don't do 12. Like, but I think it's more likely about the money and the show, and there's really not. It's not going to be what we're hoping for, and I so hope. I'm wrong.
I think we're all going to die on the same hill here. That's why I'm not going to use this question later. But who would you take? Who you taking?
I'm taking Tyson.
I don't know. I'm probably going Jake Paul. I think it's gonna be more like dun 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 Dun, 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 that's Rocky. I think it's going to be like Rocky 6, bro. I really do. Did you ever see Rocky 6?
Oh, listen, I can
Anybody
already tell
see
you.
Rocky 6?
Louis is disagreeing with you from the hallway.
Oh, listen. Rocky 6. There was that video game simulation where, all the best fighters in the world, blah, blah, blah. Rocky versus the current heavyweight champion. And then they fought in an exhibition in Vegas. 20-something-year-old heavyweight dude versus 58-year-old Rocky Balboa. It's going to be a great exhibition. It's going to be entertainment. But I think Logan Paul is going to pull out the win. I think Tyson's going to be there. I think the whole crowd is going to be going, Tyson, Tyson, just like the whole crowd in the movie is going, Rocky, Rocky. But I think they're going to give it to Jake Paul as a win. I'll be rooting for Tyson wholeheartedly, but I don't think he's going to win.
So the other question then is do we all, if it is a real fight, a legitimate boxing match,
it's an entertainment.
Do we believe that there's a knockout? Or do we think that it goes whatever amount of rounds that they're going to fight? Do we think it goes all the way and it comes down to a decision?
I think decision. There will be knockouts. Nobody's getting knocked out, though. I think there will be decisions.
So you mean knockdowns?
There will be knockdowns, correct, but nobody's getting knocked out.
Well, see, one, I don't think, and now granted, I think his footwork is much better. I think he is the way better boxer, but the only thing I'm going to give Logan Paul maybe a little bit credit for is stamina. That's the only thing I'm going to think that maybe he has over Tyson is a little bit of stamina, and I'm just going to say a little bit because Tyson's been working his ass off, and I ain't putting nothing past that man. He is at one time the most dangerous man in the world. Like,
we got a real-life Rocky movie. I love it. I do.
But see, that's what I'm worried about because if it's a legitimate boxing match, Tyson's going to tear his head off.
Yes, but it's not. It's an entertainment.
Is going to put him in a world of hurt that, listen, if you told me I had to get in a ring with Tyson, I'm not taking 10 grand to do that, and that's why Logan Paul's going to make millions for doing this. But
it's all about money.
At the same time, I just can't picture, and I might be completely wrong, and I hope I'm not wrong. Like, I hope I'm right. But I cannot see Tyson taking a dive. I can't see Tyson stepping in the ring to box somebody, takes a couple jabs to the face, and is just going to be like, cool, let's just keep doing this. Like, I think he's going to, like,
I do
want to take some swings.
I do too.
I don't think anybody wants. I don't think he's going to want to look at. Yeah, but I still don't think he's going to want to lose.
Like I'm with you. That's why he's not getting knocked out.
He doesn't want to look bad, so you can't have this kid come in and dance around him and jab him up all night. And we all know Tyson's got unbelievable power, and any boxer, any fighter will tell you the last thing to go is the power. You lose the speed, you lose the stamina, you lose the footwork. The last thing they tell you that goes is the power. He still has that power if you watch him.
He might break some ribs, dude.
He's going to break something if he foxes. And that's what I'm hoping for, to be honest. I hope Logan Paul has to eat it. I hope he gets every bit of what he's asking for. You wanted this. You wanted to make this happen. I'm pretty sure Tyson didn't come with you and ask you. So I'm pretty sure that you wanted this. And I hope you get everything you wanted.
I do too.
I hope you get your wish, and I hope you get hit by Iron Mike. I hope it's not a joke. I hope it's not an exhibition. I hope that it's not something that we look back and it's... Because to me, that would almost tarnish Tyson a little bit. Because you would almost start to look at him more in his later life as more of a laughing stock than a, like, prized fighter.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wants to be punked like that. So I can look at it as I think he is going to absolutely take the fight seriously. I don't think Logan Paul understands what he's in for. He's never fought a world champion like this before. He's fought some other retired guys. He's tried to, he lost to Tyson Fury.
I'm not arguing with that.
This is Mike Tyson. This is a totally... I don't know if he got hit too hard in the Tyson Fury fight and you booked the wrong Tyson, but I just don't understand. But again, it all comes down to money. I get it. This is a kid who's 27 years old, having the time of his life fighting.
And how many people are going to watch Mike Tyson try to knock this dude out?
But that's what I want to see.
Money grab.
That's what everybody wants to see. But I
don't think that's what's going to happen.
And if it doesn't, I think Netflix ends up with a giant disappointment.
Doesn't
And
matter.
I think, no, but it will for their future fights
Yeah, if
because
they're
the
trying to
more
do
Logan
more of
Paul
that.
tries to book or the more any of their other boxing stuff goes on, people may not take it seriously.
It may
and
not.
right now, this is going to be their first big fighting event,
Yeah,
first
very
big
true.
boxing event outside of the getting the WWF or WWE. Sorry. I can't say that they want to, like, this would be bad for Netflix. It would be bad for Tyson. I don't know.
I feel opposite. I think it's great for Netflix. I think it's great for Tyson. He's gonna get his payday.
No, if
He's
it goes
58.
wrong. If it goes wrong and it ends up just an
That's why
exhibition.
it's entertainment. It's not really gonna go wrong.
If
It's not.
But if it's not entertaining, it goes wrong. That's what I'm worried about, is if Tyson's not giving his all. If he goes in there and they're just dancing around, jabbing at each
They're
other.
not gonna dance around and jab at each other. Tyson's gonna want to knock his ass out. But it's gonna be a glorified exhibition. 100%. He's 58 years old. You can't go 110% against a 58-year-old. I don't think you can.
I don't know.
There's safety concerns. Come on.
Well, that's why I said it's a lose-lose. You could lose Tyson in the ring. He gets caught
my
at the
God.
wrong time. I mean, he's 58 and he's got punched in the head enough. I think every blow has got to worry people.
It needs to go 3 rounds, not 8. It needs to go 3.
I think if Tyson, it makes it a real fight, and if Tyson is Tyson and comes in ready to roll, I don't see it going longer than 6. I think he knocks him out within 6.
want him to
If they end up just dancing around, it's going to go the full exhibition, whether it's 8, 9, 10, whatever it is. It's going to go the full exhibition. But yeah, I don't know. I can't see Tyson laying down like that. And he's training too hard to just go in there and dance around.
There's nothing to lose if you're Tyson. There's absolutely nothing to lose. You're 58 years old. Everybody wants
a piece of your legacy.
Everybody wants to see this. Everybody who grew up with Tyson is dying to see this. This is why this is
So, Dave,
Rocky,
we're dying on
this
different
is a
heels
Rocky
here.
Balboa type of thing, bro.
We're dying on
I
different
love
news to settle it for us.
I do think if it's a true exhibition fight, he has something to lose. Not a lot, but I do think something. So with that being the case, like, to me, I just can't. Like, oh my God. Oh my
Sorry,
Lord.
folks. Eric just said he's going to go get tortillas.
Yep, tortillas. Okay. Fuck me. So yeah, I don't know where the hell I was going with that. Tyson. Yep. No, if it's a real fight, like if it's a legitimate fight, and he loses, I think he does have a little bit to lose. Like, not a lot. Like, people are still gonna remember Tyson for being Tyson, right? But like that, like,
this is probably gonna be his last match, probably.
I mean, if we honestly think about it, the last time he fought, wasn't it when he bit off a dude's ear?
I think he's fought 1 or 2 other times since then, but that's definitely the last time I remember. That's definitely the last time I remember.
Yeah, I thought all he did was the Hangover movies after that fight.
I'm not 100% sure.
I genuinely thought that was his last fight. So, because I thought he lost his boxing license.
You know what? We could look that up, but Eric, do you possibly know?
Was Tyson's last fight
The Evander Holyfield
where he
ear
bit
biting?
Yeah.
No, he
had a couple.
More recently, I think within the last 2 years.
More
Recently, within the last 2 years, I believe he had an exhibition against Roy Jones Jr.
Okay.
as a Legends boxing match between them.
Word.
All right. Well,
As I open a fresh pack of tortillas.
You're gonna have to go first, Eric, because I gotta see how hard you slap him.
¡Ay, tortillas!
All right.
why? Why do I agree to these things?
Because you do.
It's awesome.
Are you gonna do the countdown again, or are you just gonna get it over with?
Oh, no, I gotta do the
Just
little
use
countdown.
one.
I gotta give it. Oh no, you only use one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just use
Don't
one.
smack him with the whole pack.
No, I thought you were gonna give me one. I was just gonna say you use one. Just give
Oh
me.
no, you gotta pick your own.
I gotta pick my own weapon.
We're here.
So why don't you explain why
Take one.
we are slapping Dave?
Because Mr. So confident in himself, he put himself in this bet. We didn't do it, Joey.
Yes, he did. No, you're right. He did.
We didn't do this. Dave did it to himself because Dave swore he died on the hill last week, and because he died on that hill, he's getting slapped in the face tonight. That Russell Wilson, as the last topic we're going to bring up tonight, Russell Wilson signed a mega deal. Hang on a second. A mega deal.
I said 2 years for like $80 million.
You said 2 years,
Average 40 million.
average $40 million a year, but you said that and then you said no, but you said 35 of it would be guaranteed. You were going above and beyond. Then you were saying it was going to be the Falcons. You were so confident in your decision last week that you wanted to die on that hill that you're like, I'll put something on it. And once you said that, me and Joey jumped at the opportunity.
And we both even said league minimum.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, is he technically not making $40 million this year?
But why would any team overpay for him? It made no sense.
You're not technically wrong.
No, but you thought another team was going to come in and pay part of that $40 million.
I'm not arguing that I'm going to get slapped by tortillas. I'm just saying,
He's trying to make a defense.
technically, the man is going to make $40 million this year.
Stop it. Get some help.
I mean, honestly.
That is like the worst thing you could have put on there. I cannot imagine how many times I'm going to hear that happen. Stop it. You need help. Oh, boy. All right. Well,
I got to hear what you think about this deal and what it does for Pittsburgh. Because, I mean, do you think he's an upgrade over Tiny Hands? Do you think that he's somebody who's going to make the Steelers an actual contender against the Ravens, against Baltimore, or against the Bengals, who are going to get back Joe Burrow, who are going to get a little healthier? Although T. Higgins has said he wants out. He wants out.
yeah.
So
I honestly, I don't think this move makes them. I don't think it's any more than putting them in second or third place. Because you don't know what Burrow... We talk about the injuries coming back, right? Burrow's injury was like in his wrist or something. Like they didn't even like tell you what it was. So, yeah. I'm gonna keep talking to delay the slaps, and
But do you think they're a better team? Do you think they got a chance for a division?
I think
That's what I'm saying.
I think they're better off with him than they were with Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph. They were both the quarterback. They had 3 quarterbacks last year, and they still made the playoffs.
And Trubisky.
And they made the playoffs. So, yes, this is definitely an upgrade.
Cleveland had 4 and made the playoffs.
5, actually.
5.
Yeah.
I say upgrade. And Pickett can learn. He hasn't learned. They kind of just threw him in there. And if Russell Wilson doesn't live up to being Russell Wilson, well, they can just say, see ya. It's only $1 million. They could cut him. They could bench him. I think it's a great idea. It's a great move for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Move sucks.
All right. Well, no, the only thing that's going to suck is you getting slapped.
That's
for
why
you is
that's
getting
why-
slapped in the
that's why
face with this
move
tortilla.
sucks.
Because, I mean, listen, the next time you could bet something else. I mean, we don't have to keep doing the tortilla, but I mean, it just works so well.
No, I like the tortilla.
Plus, it comes across like the mic really picks it up well. So I'm going to enjoy this. So why don't we reposition this a little bit more like this? You get your face like right about there, and I feel like I'm right in motion here. If you want to be right about there.
So that's the thing too. You got to remember, Joey's right-handed, so Joey's gonna.
I think Joey's gonna have to switch
Yeah,
with me,
Joey's gonna have to switch.
which is totally
You might
fine.
as well go over there now so you can have a first-person view
of how to do it,
of
because
the
this
tortilla
is
slap.
a professional.
I need a class.
You do. You're getting a master class right now.
Let's check this out, Eric.
All right.
I hate
So you got to pick it up a little bit.
See, I
There you
feel
go.
bad if we're going to smack them in the same cheek now.
You don't got to.
That's all right. I can man up.
All right. So first we're gonna let Joey count himself down, but we're gonna.
Are you gonna chipmunk voice me on your countdown? Are you
You know
serious?
it.
I hate you. I hate you. All right, just get it over with. Just get it over with.
1, 2, 3.
Step on up, Joey.
I've known this kid since 4th grade.
Come on.
Oh,
Just the
come on, just think of a time I pissed you off, even when we were kids.
See, you don't want to get him with the hand 'cause you don't really want to hurt him. But the thing is, you want to make sure that you get down.
You could do better than that, Joey.
All right, so I don't know how you want to warm it up.
That-
Make sure you count down.
3, 2, 1. Was that okay?
Fine.
That was a bit weak.
I'm not giving him a third try.
I don't want to. 2 little ones was good.
I'm not trying to.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
That's not terrible.
No.
As Joey slaps himself with the tortilla.
I'm trying to see.
I have a heart.
I had to get out of chipmunk mode
I
there.
have a heart.
But
Oh my god.
so I know you heard mine at least. I know that came through.
That definitely came through.
man.
You called me here too.
Did I?
Yeah,
A
you
little
came in a
lower
little
today?
low. Yeah, last time he nailed it. He got me right on the cheek. I was all right. This actually stung right here.
Oh my.
A little bit.
That's why I was like,
A little bit.
ooh.
A little bit, you know? I mean,
I kind of like the
screw
tortilla
you,
slap.
man.
I think Fife's right though. Next time, Dave, you gotta go sour cream if you get wrong because you gotta up it now.
No, I'm not getting slapped in the face with a tortilla with sour cream on it. I rather you put whipped cream.
There we go.
Because I don't.
Well, yeah, no,
I'm
sour
not-
cream's messy. You don't want that splattering around a room either.
Like
at least whipped cream, Louis will run around and really lick it up.
Yeah, and whatever's on my face, I'll eat. Because I love
There you
whipped
go.
cream. So we'd be good.
So I think that's about gonna wrap it up for here today, guys.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot of fun.
Always.
Until the
Glad-
end.
Glad you guys glad you guys made it on over today, and we got this in. This was awesome, and yeah. Until next time, where can they find you?
David Hastings 23 on X, and everything else is a waste of your time.
And unfortunately, I'm not really on anything, so if you want to get in touch with me, hit them up. And then
As always, you can follow us at The Living Legend on X or
gotta
on
get something.
YouTube. We did our first live stream
oh, cool.
last night. We're gonna be doing more live streams of the podcast as well. So looking forward to that. And until next time, everybody, follow, like, subscribe, share, and don't be afraid to have an opinion. And die on this hill.